G'day everybody, welcome back to Dune Awakening. Hope you guys are doing well. We're at our home, very grand home now, after having spent quite a bit of time building this place up in the previous episode. And no doubt there's probably going to be a little bit more building, possibly in this episode as well. So I've just put a stake to extend things out this way. So we should be able to hopefully work on some kind of a outdoorsy area out this way. I mean, there's plenty of that sort of stuff going on everywhere, but I don't know, it kind of looks nice. So I want one more that sort of branches out from the upper level, and I think I'll be pretty happy, although who knows how long the I guess this space is going to last, because when you look at the tech tree and all of the other machines that we're going to need to start building, all of these advanced machinery, I think I might actually need quite a bit more space. I mean, look at this thing, the medium spice refinery. I think this is going to be a bit of a chunky boy, but I don't think we're quite there yet. We're going to need to make some plastanium. Again, we've only just graduated to duraluminum, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Speaking of duraluminum, I have been making a whole bunch, and I'm hoping that I'll have the ability to maybe construct a couple of different things here, but one of my priorities at the moment is to see if we can get more water, and water seems to be a bit of a blocker at the moment for making a lot of those duraluminum ingots. So I am going to research the large wind trap, and we're going to place one down. This is very expensive though, it's like 240 duraluminum, and well, we're essentially going to be using almost all of our silicon blocks here as well. So I wonder if I can just simply make more silicon. No, I don't have the flour sand for that, so I'm going to need to work on trying to get some more flour sand as soon as possible. But let's place down this wind trap and figure out how we can operate it. I believe we might actually need to make some filters using duraluminum as well. So yeah, we'll have to sort of see how to make everything work, but let's see if we can park here for a second, and then I'm gonna see if I can place this down. Yeah, okay, this thing is a chunker, isn't it? Look at that. Massive. So I don't know if we have the power necessary to operate this thing, but since we do have the duraluminum, I believe we should be able to also place one of these things down. Just trying to see if I can orient it in a decent spot. Something that doesn't look too awkward, you know? Maybe something like that. Okay, so all things considered, perhaps maybe getting the wind turbine operational first is maybe a better idea. Because I believe this thing is going to need the energy as well to operate. So let's get a wind turbine operational initially. And I'm just gonna see what we can put in here. So industrial grade lubricant is what we need. And I've only got a little bit, to be honest, so I probably need to spend a bit of time trying to make some more of these. So we'll try to do that. And let's just see here. I think we have enough for the wind trap, so let's get that operational as well. And I think all we need to now do is to make some of these filters. They're made from the survival fabricator, so let's see if we can just quickly check on that. And I might also see if I can try to make some more of the lubricants, but I think I might need the silicon blocks for that, and yeah, as I just showed you, I am fresh out, but yeah, okay. So what we need is a little bit of water, in fact. So I do have a little bit of water in the Little John, so I could perhaps throw that in, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable in doing that because well, I need a little bit of water myself right now, so maybe we don't want to sort of rush into it too quickly. Plus, if we get some of these filters going, let's see, maybe particulate filters. Okay. So I assume the particulate filters are going to be the best ones to use. We need a little bit of water to actually make these. So a little bit of a water investment to get water back. Let me just take a look at whether or not I can make a few at the very least. Yeah, so I can make one thanks to the silicon block here, but that's pretty much going to be it. But that's okay, I don't mind making that, and I'll grab the rest of our water here. And yeah, I do need to just make sure that we harvest some more water when we get the chance. So there it is. I don't know how much water this is actually going to yield us, but I guess it's going to be better than not having any water coming in whatsoever for the time being. Okay, so the advanced particulate filter, I can only make it from the advanced survival fabricator, so that's something that we're going to have to work towards with plastanium, I guess. But yeah, so that's in. So yeah, hopefully we'll see quite a bit of water coming in. But with that done, I think we should focus on trying to find Skorda. So this is obviously a continuation of what we were doing with the Atreides questline, and we need to go back to the Udam to do that. There's some optional components of this quest to catch up with the hunting party northwest of Misataril. So let's take a quick look at where that might be. Yeah, around here. Northwest of Misataril. Yeah, we'll see if we can find this hunting party. I have no idea if we would actually be working with them, or perhaps maybe we would be just simply taking them out so that we can, you know, focus on getting to Skorda without anyone else getting to him first. We do have another quest here for the missing Pion. Scan the site under the giant cactus in the Udam. Should be around here somewhere. Oh, there's the giant cactus, so might not be a bad idea for us to also get this done. Ooh, these things are rare. 5 agave seeds. As soon as I say that they're rare, I see a couple of them. Alright, I do need to keep an eye out on them a little bit more. Kyne's Promise. It's a bit quiet here. But it feels like it shouldn't be quiet, you know? Grab all of that, and I think it said that we needed to scan this area, so I do have my scanner with me. Let's just see what we can do here. Okay, so that ties that up. Do we then need to do anything else in relation to the missing pion? Scan the Masquerade site in central Udom. Okay. Right there, just to the south of us. I think I should be able to do that. We might have a bit of a scrap with some of the enemies in this area, but... nothing we can't handle, I'm sure. So just a little bit further. So, just over here, I guess. The trail leads Paris south. Right there. Okay. Well, why not? I know we're supposed to be looking for Skorda here, but... I'm sure we can get that done in this episode as well. Oh, and by the way, guys, I did gather up a whole bunch more of those cargo containers, and I have picked up the Tech SMG skin. I just haven't exactly used it just yet because not really using any SMGs right this moment, but when we eventually give the SMGs another try, I will try to make use of it. Okay, it should be right below us, just over here. So, another scan, I guess? Search Takwa's watch. Okay. What are we looking for? Containers or anything like that? Oh, here. Alright. Oh, I think enemies have just spawned.
Who's there?
Any more? Yeah, not sure if there are more, but let me just take a look at this quest once more. And we just need to contact the issuer. Done and dusted. Oh, but there's a continuation, I guess, to this entire quest line. So the Learning Center, reach the House of Fique, and contact the issuer. Alright, we'll do that eventually, but I think it's time for us to see if we can follow Skorda's trail. actually do the mission that we said that we were going to do. Yeah, easy to get distracted in this game, I feel. There's just a lot of stuff to do. A lot of resources to gather. And also, what I find is that the time of day may actually dictate what you end up doing as well, because, like, I use the dew scythe quite a bit to try and recover water, and as a result, I'm just going crazy looking for dew at night. Okay, catch up with the hunting party northwest of Missa Taril. Well, this looks like the hunting party, and they look like they're dead. Ooh, interesting uniforms though. I wonder what faction this is. Follow the trail of the hunting party. Okay, the trail of the hunting party. Where does that lead? That away. Above us. Oh, here's another dead hunting party member. And another one. Yeah, too bad these guys don't exactly have any loot on them, but I wonder if Skorda did all of this himself. Maybe up this way? Is this him? I think so.
Well, who the hell sent you?
Captain Teague Skorda. Thufir Howard sent me to find you.
Well, isn't that flattering? Do a bow, a curtsy. Don't think I can manage either. Oh, but hell with it. I'm dying. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
What is the bad spice exactly? Where does it come from?
Don't rightly know. We found it on Ix, something they whipped up. We took it as spoils. Easy money. Our own little spice trade. Didn't know the stuff was powdered death till the Catheria crashed. Then my crew starts dying. One by one.
Where's the rest of the bad spice?
The Catheria getting shot down complicated things. When it crashed, I had to leave my post to recover one of the containers. Sold it to the Sandflies. Had to leave my sick mates behind. Tried to get off-world with what I'd earned by selling the bad spice from the Catheria to the Sandflies. But I got ambushed by mercenaries. I evaded them and hid by joining the Masquerette, playing the part of a good little convert. Then I got sick. And Nala and Jorba turned on me. I fled, and this is where I fell. I'll never get off Arrakis.
That's it? That's all you know? Nothing useful?
I know one or two more secrets. Real bangers. But maybe I'll just die with them while you watch me all helpless.
I watched Katrina die like this. She wondered why you betrayed her.
Katrina wasn't supposed to get hurt. Just fly the goods to the surface, easy. But it all got mucked up by the houses and their blasted wars. I couldn't save Katrina. In the end, though, she started to understand the real truth.
And? What's the real truth?
It doesn't matter whether this house or that house wins. Dukes, barons, emperors. It doesn't matter who rules. The rest of us suffer. The Atreides and Harkonnen have fought for 10,000 years. Stars will burn out before these royal bastards stop their self-indulgent puppet show. Honor, duty, just strings to make us dance. I did my duty. I waded through a sea of guts. I'm done squeezing stones for blood. We should squeeze them.
That's it then? You'll keep your secrets to spite the universe?
No. I'll tell if it'll help stop this sickness. But when it's over, ask yourself if what you get from the houses is worth what they exploit from you. The Delphus and the Euphoria was shot down into the shale. Now you know. That's not a win. It's a curse. You'll draw their attention now.
Who are they?
Dunno. So far up it'd give you a nosebleed to know. Don't know who they are, but they scare the shit out of me. Now do us a favor and leave.
Very well. Alright, well, he said it goes all the way up, so it sounds like perhaps maybe, you know, has something to do with the Emperor. Or perhaps maybe, the guild, right? The spice guilds. Or perhaps maybe the Bene Gesserit, but the Bene Gesserit are down here sort of slaving away, if you will, just like the rest of us, so yeah, not 100% sure. Right. Well, with that all done, let's head back home, and we're gonna try and figure out what to do next from here. We do need to go and see Thufir, actually. So, maybe I'll actually visit Thufir on the way home. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get out of here. I'm also just looking at our fuel situation. The fuel situation's not looking good, so I think it's probably wiser for us to go home first, grab some fuel, and then have a chat with Thufir, so I think I'll do that. Alright, Thufir. I've got some news for you.
Sorry.
Skorda admitted the bad spice was in the cargo of 2 additional ships.
Your report is both fascinating and alarming. Both of those ships were shot down in the same ambushed convoy as the Catheria.
What's our next move?
Recovering the remaining tainted spice containers is vital. Those containers likely lie in the irradiated, wreckage-strewn wastes of the shale.
Shall I fetch them?
It won't be easy. The land is a radioactive hell. Furthermore, the Harkonnen are already on the trail and have taken one of the ships. The Emperor declared the region off-limits in the War of Assassins. Neither side can risk a direct confrontation. That's where you come in. Find and infiltrate the Harkonnen-held ship. Recover the bad spice.
Yeah, well, we've already been in the shale area already, so, you know, we know what to expect. But what we haven't done is we haven't gone to any of these PvP areas before, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. It could be like really, really bad news for us. Maybe there are high-level players, but I'm willing to give it a go. And we'll definitely go there in this episode, so consider it done.
There's another element at play. No, it's too early for such wild speculation. Too many potential third parties. Never mind. Good luck.
Okay. So more than meets the eye, I guess. So we've got Tainted Spice. Find the wreck of the Delphus. Shouldn't be too difficult because we have seen quite a few shipwrecks out there. So I guess we just need to investigate them one by one. One thing that I do need to do while we're still here is to check in on the taxman, and we'll just pay off all of our taxes. And while we're doing that, I may as well just sort of explain to you guys that, well, there's some good news, which is that I have already completed our move from the old base to our current one. So everything is in the new base now, and the old base has been dismantled, so I'm hoping to pay a lot less taxes, although our current place is getting really, really big, so I don't know if it means that we do have to pay a little bit more money for that.
You again? What now?
Okay, so we don't have any taxes due just yet. I thought perhaps maybe by closing down a base, you would just have to pay the remaining taxes that you had owed for it, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay guys, we are back. Let me just quickly park the Orni on the other side, because in between cuts I did manage to find myself a whole bunch of flower sand, so I'm kind of keen on making use of this, like, immediately, because we need all of those silicon blocks, right? So let's try to make as many as possible. That's probably going to use up the majority of our water, but that in turn should enable us to make some of those filters that we need. So hopefully we'll be able to start generating a little bit more water as well. Let me just drop that there. Okay, cool. So just in case a sandstorm decides to roll through, I am going to just tuck away the ornithopter, and there's a little bit of prep work that I want to try and do before we even make our way out to a PvP area. I'm hoping we can actually do this, but we should have access, I'm hoping, to some better gear. So let's just take a look at what our options are. So we've got Duneman stuff, light armor, heavy armor, still suits. Actually, let me take a look at my research here. Maybe I haven't researched the stuff that I want just yet. So yeah, we've got the Duneman sets here, which I'm not really interested in. I'm more interested in perhaps maybe some of this stuff, the mercenary armor, and we could go for the mercenary scout armor. Let's see here. I guess it depends on whether or not we're going to get some decent armor from it. I'm pretty sure this is a little bit higher than what we're currently working with, 194. So our current armor gives us 163. Yeah, okay. So we should actually make some of this gear, if we can. So let's go ahead and research that. So let's not worry with the heavy, let's do the scout armor. And weapons-wise, I think we've got all the weapons that we need, so don't need to really worry about that. And yeah, it should appear in here, hopefully. Okay. Right, we're going to need some silicon blocks. Yeah, everything hinges on all of those silicon blocks, unfortunately. So we're going to need to wait a little bit before we can get this. That's okay, because we can pivot to a different activity, and I would say we might focus a little bit more on some more building. So I swear I won't do as much building as we did in the previous episode, because not everyone enjoys the building, but I'll try to see if we can get a little bit done in this episode. Righto guys, hope you enjoyed all of that building. I didn't spend as long this time, but I think I managed to pull off some, you know, decent build ideas down here. So we've got a little bit of a balcony going on over here, and sort of a observation deck up above it, which I guess you all saw in the build itself. But without further ado, let's sort of check back on the garment fabricator, because we should now be able to make a few more of these pieces of armor. Well, we didn't get any at all last time, so I'm sort of interested in hopefully making all of these and being able to survive a little bit more out there when we go to the PvP area, which I'm definitely going to dip my toes into those hot waters to see, you know, what it's like out there. I don't really know what we would use the spice mask for. It says that it prevents the wearer from inhaling airborne spice particles. Dunemen utilize this to avoid adverse addictive effects while working the spice field. So I've not encountered airborne spice, I don't think. So I might leave that for the time being, but I've always questioned why we have this sort of like slot empty. Perhaps maybe that's for the spice mask. But anyway, I'll circle back around to it when I need it. I'm just waiting for the last piece to complete here, and then we should be able to hopefully, you know, proceed to the PvP area. Now, one other thing that I might want to try and do as well, just in case, is to get ourselves a respawn beacon. So I've not really used this at all since we were sort of taught how to use it. So now might be a decent time to make use of it. But yeah, we should obviously change our equipment here. So one thing that I would like to do as well is to perhaps maybe remove all of the old still suits that we have in storage here, and I might actually throw all of the old still suits in the recycler, because I don't really think I'm going to ever go back to that. But the current still suit that we have, we may need to return to, depending on how things go. I mean, I know I've got quite a large liturgon, so, you know, I don't really get too desperate for water. Most of the time, that is. But it might not be a bad idea to reuse, you know, especially if we're not doing anything too combat heavy. So yeah, respawn beacon, I don't know where I should drop this, but we'll keep it on ourselves for the time being. And let me just have a look at water. So yeah, we've got plenty of water now. Let's firstly, I think I'll extract a little bit of water, and then I'll use the reserves to continue our production. I can make another almost 100 duraluminum there. So, but we are going to need to source some more water, and, you know, I've got the filtration system running at the moment, and, you know, between cuts, I have managed to source, you know, quite a few more materials to try and get more of those filters going. But speaking of, I just want to quickly drop by so that we can, you know, keep it going. Just make sure that we deposit more of these filters. So I think, yeah, I think this is saying that we might have 7 in reserve. And we've got 5 being used at the moment. So that should continue making water for us. And then I should just check in on this as well. Okay, so I don't have much industrial grade lubricant, so I probably do want to make a little bit more. And let me just double check on where we're at with duraluminum. Okay, we've got 145, which means I can probably build one more right here. But I'll need the fuel for it, so I'll need to make that. Yeah, industrial grade lubricants. I think I'll do... I think this gives us a batch, if I'm not mistaken. So if I craft like a couple of batches, that might be decent. The problem that we now have is spice residue. So we get spice residue by processing spice over here. So I'm gonna need to keep an eye out for more spice sand when I see it. And I really need to focus on trying to grab more. But yeah, I think we're ready to go out to the shoal area and to see if we can participate in some PvP. If there are no enemies there, I mean, that's even better for us, because the main goal is to see if we can essentially get materials to build a assault ornithopter. So there's a few things we're going to need out there. Alright. Let me just grab a tiny bit more water, just to make sure that we can keep ourselves going in case we have a prolonged need to be out there. And how are we doing for fuel here? Let me just top that up. Yeah, okay, so we're at 100%. We should be able to make it there and back. And I'm just sort of considering where I want to place down the spawn points, or the respawn point. Perhaps maybe we could just set it up on the table, on God's table, just over there in the distance. Okay, so let's have a think about what we want to do here, guys. So, first things first is, I do want to go to the edge of Acheron. We need those military power regulators and hydraulic pistons. I don't know if this entire area is irradiated, but I'm sort of thinking that maybe I want to set my respawn point somewhere around here, if you know, there's no radiation out there. We also need to probably store the ornithopter, just make sure that the ornithopter is nice and secure. So yeah, let's go for it. I think it's very close to the objective that we're supposed to be going to, trying to find this wreck of the Delphis. So the wreck of the Delphis is over there. Edge of Acheron is a little bit further this way. Yeah, we're not irradiated just yet, which is good. Perhaps what I could do is place a spawn beacon down here instead. Yeah, there's a lot of activity happening here, and this zone has already changed into PvP, so I think maybe I want to try to leave the area and set something up out here. It doesn't seem radiated in this position either, so let's do that. First things first though, let's secure our Orni. And... well, since it's available, why not? Let's grab some of this. I think the sun might be about to come out, so... want plenty of water. And yeah, let's get this thing set up. It's been a while since we've used one, so I assume we can place it down somewhere here, for instance. Yeah, that looks good. And I can't remember if I can, like, retrieve it again. I don't mind this set of armor, actually, guys. It looks pretty interesting. Although, I reckon maybe the next version of the still suit would probably look even cooler. So, obviously working towards that. So one thing that I'm not entirely sure of is what rewards you would get from killing other players. Yeah, I don't know if any of these are actual players, but... oh, hang on a second. So these are Atreides. Perhaps maybe I shouldn't be attacking any of the Atreides guys, because obviously we should be on their side. Although I've already opened by killing one of them. Oh. Okay, these guys are not too tough, I don't think. Let's just heal up, just in case, you know. And perhaps maybe standing around out in the open is not such a good idea, but... I don't know what's what in this place. Ooh! The pistons, that's exactly what we need. Yeah, it could be likely that we may not bump into any other players, and therefore we could be pretty safe.
Someone's here.
Eyes on target.
Okay, we are in a spot of trouble. There we go. Oh. Okay, alright, alright. I'm very, very glad that I decided to get better armor for this, because yeah, this is proving to be quite difficult. I think I should just like run in there, possibly. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's grab what we need. And yeah, I mean, we should look around for what we came for. Okay. I don't know how I feel about picking up some ores. We could probably leave that. Mark 5 buggy tread. I'll actually collect that, because it could be useful having a Mark 5 buggy instead of the Mark 4 that we currently have. I believe it's a Mark 4. Alright, so this leads back out. Oh, didn't even see you guys there.
Shield on. Where's backup?
More? Okay, so 2 slices is not enough to take the heavies down in this place. Maybe a third? Let's try again. Okay, maybe about 3, I reckon.
Interloper.
And these guys have some pretty cool looking armor sets though, not gonna lie. Okay, that circles back around. I'll sort of look at what's going on the other side. Okay, it doesn't connect like it does over there. Maybe let's check out what's going on down here. Maybe storage. Syndicate gauntlets. Okay, thank you very much. I'll take that. What's this? Assault Ornithopter Thruster, Mark 5. I will take that because if I don't have to build the entire, build the entire thing from each and every component, then I will actually take that shortcut, I reckon, because even the generator that we've used for our current Scout Ornithopter hasn't broken just yet. And I did actually utilize one that I picked up, right? So, is that everything? Almost missed this, I think. Perfect. Let me go up this way. Yeah, okay, and this is the blocked off section from before. Alright, very interesting. I thought this place would have been, you know, a bit more of a challenge. I mean, I didn't find any enemy players or anything like that, so perhaps maybe that could be the reason why. But I'm just wondering whether or not there's another source for these pistons and the military-grade machinery, because this is not a lot. And if this is the only place, then I guess we're gonna have to farm this place, and maybe there is a chance that we'll find some people at some point to fight. But anyway, I think this is going to be the episode, guys, because I'm pretty much just going to go back and continue to build more duraluminum and just, you know, bank all of that up until we have what it takes to make an ornithopter. We'll probably continue with, you know, the Atreides questline when we come back in the next episode, and I'm hoping to have explored enough to eventually find where the location of the next trial is as well. So, crossing my fingers. Thanks for watching. As usual, drop me a like down below if you enjoyed it, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.